Okay friends, welcome back to our channel Code Crackers, the best platform for learning coding. Today I am going to explain you about unpacking a collection and combination of variables. Now you may get a doubt by seeing the heading Unpacking a collection. There is nothing but if in case you have a collection of values. Collection is nothing but a list of values. The Python program allows you to extract the values into variables. This is called unpacking of a collection, which are the Python allows you to extract the variables from the list of collection. Now let's see an example of now let's take the collection of what can we take. Let us take an example of fruits collection. See, fruits space equal to space, there must be square brackets and the inverted commas app. Let's take the first fruit apple, the next inverted commas banana. Next let us take one more fruit, that is cherry, and the commas must be after the each and every variable. Now let's define that x equal to not x comma y comma z equal to the collection name. We defined it as fruits. See, the collection name is fruits. I mentioned here that as fruits. Now let's print this all values on the server. Print of x. You can run the Python programs online. Also you can use any web softwares. This link will be provided in the description. If you want the source code, please comment. Then print of z. Now let's run this code. See, this is a collection of fruits. Then I asked the server, I gave the variable name as x comma y comma z equal to the collection of fruits. Now when we type this print of x, print of y and print of z, this means that Python allows you to extract the variable values into variables. See, now these are the values apple, banana, cherry. These are the values of the collection called fruits. Now what this Python does that the Python server will allow you to get the each and every values into the variable form. Now these are the variables x comma y comma z. Now these values we defined it as the collection of fruits. Now this makes that the server to give the result. Now see the first one. Let me zoom it 1 second. Now see here, apple, banana, cherry, we defined xyz as fruits. Now let's change the name here. Let me write here code space crackers. Let's write our channel name code crackers. Now let's run this. See here the code crackers, because with the in this case what happens is that when we define the x, between these two inverted commas the x is defined, and after this comma there is a y variable, and between these two commas, inverted commas, the y variable is defined in a collection, and after this comma there is cherry name that is called z, and between these both inverted commas the cherry, that is nothing but the z variable, is defined. Now I hope that you understand about unpacking a collection. Now let us see about, if you have any doubt please comment, and the mail ID will be provided in the description, so you can contact us through our mail. Now let's see an example. What is the yesterday's topic that we left is combination of variables. Now let us see about combination of variables. Before going into that, in normal language, combination is nothing but mixing of two things. Now let us apply the same phenomena here in the Python combination of variables. To combine the both text and a variable, we simply use the character plus. You know the symbol plus? Yes, let me show. This is the symbol plus we use. And now let us see an example. See, let me define the first variable. In this nothing but where we mix the two variables, there must be a character plus. Rather than that, no other symbols can be used in combination of variables. Now let us say x equal to let me write good, x equal to good. Then I will combine now the variables. Print of, let me write my name, Balaji, space is. Now here after the is, let us type that. After the is, let me type space plus the x variable, let us type plus x. Yes, x is nothing but good. This is called combination of variables. It's nothing but we use the symbol plus here to combine these both variables. Now let me run this. See, Balaji is good. We defined that x equal to good. Then it gave us Balaji is good. This link will be provided in the description. If any doubts, please contact us. Never forget to like, share and subscribe. This is nothing but the combination of variables. In this case, we use the character plus. Rather than plus, we cannot use any other character. Sorry, we can use any variables here. Now let me show that. Let me show the another example of two variables. Let us see two variables example. First let me clear this all. See, now let me type that x equal to, let me type Balaji is x. I defined it as Balaji is, and then y equal to, let me type here y equal to good. Now let us ask the Python online server to print the value of x plus y. Now here there is an error because I did not include, no, here there is no need of, no, first let us take three variables. See, z equal to, let me type that x plus y, means z is nothing but the variables x plus y. Where's the x plus y? See here, let me type that print the z value. Z value is nothing but the value of x plus y. Print z. Let me run this. See here, where we define the x is Balaji is and the y is good. When we are defining this z variable, we define that as the z variable value is the value of addition, the combination of x plus y. In this case, we are combining two variables to get the value of one variable. Now you can use the plus character as a mathematical operator also. See that is nothing but you can make a calculator with using the Python combination of variables. Now let me show an example. Let me take x equal to 10 and then y equal to, let me take some 8. See, then let me ask my server to print the value of this both. Print of, let me type that x plus y. Yes, x plus y is nothing but the value 10 plus 8. Let's run this. See, I'm running it. 1 second. See here, there is an identitation error. As I said in our last video, while we are naming, we should see the variables. See, now I remove the identification. Let me see here. See, the value of 10 plus 8 is 18. This is nothing but the combination of variables. And as we yesterday I said, there is no sufficient time. I did not explain about these both topics. Now you may get a doubt. We can combine a string with a number. No, you cannot combine a string with number. Now let us see an example by combining a string with number. Example, let me take x equal to 7 and then y equal to, let us take a string as code crackers. Let me take this string. Now we will ask the server to print the value of x plus y. Now let us run this code. See here, when we run, there will be an error because while we are typing that there must not be a string in Python combination of variables. This is very important. While we are adding two variables, there must not be a string. So see here, there is showing an error that print of x plus y unsupported operand type s, because there is an, see here, that is showing that there is an input of integer is nothing but the value 7, and there is a string it is showing, because while we are adding both variables there must not be a string, there must be two strings or there must be two integers, there must not be one string one integer. Okay, now up to yesterday, this is up to yesterday's topic. Now let's see about today's topic, that about global variables. Global variable is nothing but variables that are created outside of a function are known as global variables. In this you should remember that global variables can be used by everyone both inside and outside the functions. Now let us see an example of global variables. Now let us see an example of global variables. See here, in this case let me define that x equal to, let me say that good. After that let us define that in this case we should use this code called define space my face fnuc. The fnuc is nothing but my function, and here after this let us use the semicolon, not this, and now in this, one second, my function, here let me type that there must not be any indentation, print, there should be an indentation, sorry, while printing this global variables there must be an indentation, print of, let me type that Balaji is plus x. Now let us end this variable by typing the again the code as what is the code, my space fnuc is nothing but the function and the brackets. Now let's run this. See here, there is an error. Where there is an error in line 2. See, I think this is a spelling mistake. I think this defining. See here friends, as there is an indentation error, we got an indentation error. Now I solve the indentation error. See, as there here we kept the space as an indentation, there is an error in our last. So now let's see another example. See, in this case x is the variable, then I type that define my function print of Balaji is plus x. While we are using global variables, we should use this define my function, while opening the function this, and while closing the function you should use this code, this code. This code will be given in the description, and this link also will be given in the description. If any doubts, please contact us. The mail ID will be provided in the description. See, now let's see another example of creating the variable with the same name inside a function. The variable will be local and can be used inside the function. In this case, we can create a variable same inside a function and outside a function. And in this case, the variable can be used only inside. Remember that this can only be used inside. Now let's see an example. The example is x equal to, let me say that good. Then after that let me define that my function define space my func is nothing but the function, and next let me type that this code, and let me type x equal to, let me write that sum, let me write, and next let me ask the server to print the Balaji is plus x. Now last let us type, we should close the function again. Remember that while we are closing the function, there must be my function of this, and there is another variable which is created the first outside the function. Now let us type that code also, print of Balaji is plus x. This x is different and this x is also different. This x is created inside of the global variable function. This x is created outside the function. In these two cases there is some changes. Now let us run this code. See, when we run this code, in the when we define this global variable, here comes that Balaji is Samsung, because I defined this x variable inside the global variable function and this x variable outside the function. This is the difference between inside the function and outside the function. I hope that you understand about the functions inside, outside. And now let us see the global keywords. Normally when you create a variable inside a function, that variable is local and can be used inside that function only. Remember that this point is very important. If you are able to note this point, please note. I will repeat this point. Normally when you create a variable inside a function, that variable is local and can be used inside the function only. To create a global variable inside the function, you can use the word, there is a keyword for this, that is called global. See, you should remember this keyword compulsory, global. This is the keyword for global keywords. And if we use this global keyword, the variable belongs to the keyword called, the variable belongs to the rule called global scope. In this, let us see an example of global scope. The example of global scope, let me type that, define my function of the next global x. There must be the variable is scope variable, that we should write it as global x, and then x equal to, let me type that as fantastic. Then next we should close the function, my function. Let me close this function first. After closing that, let me ask my server to print the value of this total global variable. Print that, let us take an example of Python. Python is plus x. Now let us run this code. See here, when we run this code, here you should remember that after global there must be an indentation when we define the variable, and when I run this code, the server executes the result as Python is fantastic. This is up to today. Please like, share and subscribe our channel. Please support us. Thanks for visiting our channel.